With A Wrinkle in Time coming out here this week, I thought I'd use the excuse of A Wrinkle in Time, which is about a wrinkle in space-time to travel great distances faster, and talk about another series of films that made a wrinkle in space-time and traveled to the past in the future. Yeah, that's right. Whatever excuse I can to rank Back to the Future, it's what I'm taking. Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my ranking of the Back to the Future trilogy. Yeah, Wrinkle in Time is coming out here, and I'm definitely just stretching here using the theme of time, a wrinkle in space-time, whatever stretch I have to do just to dive in here and talk about one of my favorite trilogies of all time and rank them from worst to best. I hate that title for this. Ranking Back to the Future worst to best. Are you kidding me? There is no worst. It's freaking Back to the Future. Sometimes, man, the formats that we have to use on YouTube to create videos and content, it just doesn't seem fair. So yes, no matter what Back to the Future movie falls in my worst category, just know this. It's not the worst. This whole trilogy is gold. It's pure gold. That said, we gotta rank it. How would you rank it? Let me know in the comments. Number 3, Back to the Future Part 3. If I had to take one and I had to put it in my worst category, my least favorite category, I guess it would be this one. But I still love this movie. The whole concept of it was awesome. I mean, to have Marty McFly walking around calling himself Clint Eastwood because it's the best cowboy name he could come up with, walking around in a bright pink cowboy suit from the 50s, the fact that he's from the 80s where there's like dentistry and everybody else smells bad and has horrible teeth and he's walking around with like bright white teeth, it's epic, man. And then you have Doc Brown, who's just, number 1, always wanted to visit the Old West. Number 2, is willing to die there because of the alternate timeline they accidentally created in Part 2 because of their carelessness, and so he doesn't want the weight anymore of changing time, so yeah, that makes sense. Let's live in the past. And so, you know, he's done. He's done. Marty, go home. It's done. But Marty goes back to save him. And then Doc falling in love. And of course, that also altering the timeline. So we can't escape the idea of altering the timeline. But to be honest with you, I just always loved the train scene where they're dropping in the stuff to make the smoke come out different colors as the train goes faster and faster. And then Doc goes out on the train to save his girl. And just when they're about to die, Marty sends the hoverboard back and leaves the hoverboard from 2015 in the Old West. Gosh! I don't know, I love it. And the whole concept of them going back to visit the Old West, it was just a blast. It was a fantastic concept. I can only speak good of this movie. That said, it is my least favorite. Number 2, Back to the Future Part 1. This was an epic introduction to everything. 88 miles per hour, the flux capacitor, Einstein being the first ever time-traveling dog. I absolutely love it. If there was anything I could do different, it's this. I hold a theory about time travel. And my theory is this. You can't change the past. The reason being is because the past, it's in the past. It already happened. So if you're getting in a time machine and you're traveling to the past, well, that already happened. It's already in the past that you were in the past, and in the past, you already made the choices, and the present is the present because of what happened in the past. So if you're going back to the past to try to change the past, you're going to be sorely disappointed because the past is the past. You're already in the past. This already all happened. Everything is how it is because you were already part of the past. So, what I think would be kind of interesting is, what if instead of the way the film opened with his parents being losers and he made them winners, I always felt it would be a more powerful story if Marty McFly always felt inadequate next to his family, successful brother and sister, his dad, a fantastic author and all that stuff. If he always just felt inadequate to that, and he was always trying too hard, and then when he travels to the past and he thinks he's screwing the past up, but really, you know, he's doing the past and he's bringing his parents together, and he finds out like he was the inspiration behind his parents that gave them that confidence and stuff, and to realize what a huge part he played in all their family's existence, and that he really is not inadequate, that being in the past and being himself is what brought his family together. That would have been a really awesome message, I think, because I also just think you can't change the past because the past is the past. If you go to the past, then it's already in the past. You're in the past. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it, but whatever. The movie is perfect as it is, and it's awesome with Marty saying heavy all the time and Doc Brown going,
there's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Number 1, Back to the Future Part 2. By far and away, this is my favorite of the Back to the Future movies. It just always has been. I mean, first off, I love future movies. I love it. I love movies that explore our technology in the future, what it could possibly look like, and I loved Back to the Future's exploration of October 21st, 2015. Can you believe that was almost 3 years ago? I remember when I was watching these movies and 2015 was so far into the future that to me, it was believable we'd have hoverboards and flying cars and shoes that you don't have to tie because they tie themselves. To this day, I wear Crocs because I do not like tying my shoes. Plus, Crocs are comfortable. They're like clouds on your feet. You want to make fun of it? You go ahead. I'm living in joy with clouds on my feet. Point is, that whole exploration of the future, a jacket that dries you off if you fall in the water and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. I love that whole exploration of the future. Plus, how smart that old Biff from 2015 finds the DeLorean, travels back to young Biff of 1955 with the sports almanac, which then creates the whole alternate timeline of Biff basically being King Supreme. I mean, what an epic storyline that is. They come back from the future and you would almost think, oh, well, I guess the story's over. No! Things are worse because of future Biff, and Biff is just an absolute jerk face and he just messed up all of time. So now they have to go back to 1955, steal back the sports almanac, and set things straight, which it's just an epic quest. The stakes are high. The comedy is great. Oh, and plus, it's just so smart the way they had future Marty trying not to interact with past Marty, who was traveling through time for the first time. Like, it was just so clever showing how they did all that. And Marty always hiding from Marty. Oh, man, I don't know. It was brilliant. I loved it. It's hard for me to talk about these movies as like standalone movies because to me it's just one solid piece. And what is so brilliant about it is how well they connected all three together. It is brilliant how all three of these movies are just intertwined with each other. It's awesome. What do you think of the Back to the Future trilogy? How would you rank it? Let me know in the comments. And are you excited for A Wrinkle in Time? Do you think this is going to be a good movie? Let me know that as well. While you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian and hit the bell by that subscribe button. That way you're notified for the next ranking video I drop, movie review, theological analysis, anything else I do here. Hit that button so you're notified when it happens and check out my other videos. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.